Hello everybody. Welcome to the members readings with the THM Club. So the first thing you're going to notice about these member readings is we're doing them a little bit differently now. You'll notice that I am not live on Facebook as I usually am. For the last 3 years I've been up here giving live readings. I called them live readings because the way that it's worked is I've been live and I would take your calls. What I find really interesting is a number of months ago, if you guys have been watching me for a while, then you've heard me talk about this, is a number of months ago, in my meditations, my guides and stuff have been telling me that I need to move this over to YouTube. And I tried a couple of months ago. I went live on YouTube and it was so complicated and I was like, God, I so don't know what you mean. What do you mean go live on YouTube? I can't. It's too complicated. So here we are. We're kind of pre-recording these readings and then I will upload the video and put it on YouTube. So it's still live in the sense that I will be calling people, which is what we've been doing for the last little while on the members readings anyway. When we started out, it was just my members would call me, whoever got through, got through. But now, especially that we are having to pre-record these or record these and then upload them to the sites, I'm definitely going to have to arrange with my members that day who I will be calling. So today we're going to jump right into it. I am going to call the 3 people that I was supposed to call yesterday before Facebook like squaboshed my plans on that, had me all frustrated. I did some meditation exercises and realized, you know what, God was telling me this a couple of months ago and I just didn't understand it. Such is the way it is being a medium in my meditations and just the visions, the whatever that I get, especially in readings and stuff. Spirit will bring up things that haven't happened yet and I don't always know how to place it or what it means at the time. And then some time goes by and a few months down the road it's like, oh, that's what it means. So that's what this means. Anyways, maybe this will be better. So we won't have to listen to me being interrupted by the phone ringing off the hook. That's a good thing. And people will still get their messages. So here we go. I am going to, first things first, I'm going to Laura. Now I need to put on my glasses because I'm blind as a bat and I can't see without them. So here we go, Laura. I am coming to you. Not that you can hear me say that now, but you will. The other good thing is I like these to be recorded so you can go back and see them and play them for family, right? Whew. Got excited, Spirit.
Hello, Tracy.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
Good. I'm just going to turn off my TV here, dear.
Awesome. It's no longer my big mouth that's playing in the background.
What's that?
I said it'll be my big mouth playing in the background. Normally people have to turn me down. Now?
And you know what? I watch you on my big screen.
Oh, that's okay, because you'll still be able to, because
You know what? Yeah.
this is being recorded right now. You are the first caller, so you're kind of christening this for us.
Okay.
I'm recording this on my computer, so after we are done and I pass on this message from this gentleman who has been here since yesterday, let me tell you, he's like, I'm so glad to get this reading over with, because he's been right here.
I know he's here.
Yeah. But so after the readings are over today, I will upload this video onto YouTube or Facebook. I'm going to try to do both. And then you'll be able to watch it and share it with other people.
Excellent. Thank you, Tracy.
All right. So, you know how this works. Let's just do it. He's already in my head. I can't talk properly yet. Now, see? Stop, buddy. Okay. Are you ready? Let's do this.
I'm ready. Okay, here I go.
Okay, both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes, and then I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and give me 1 minute to focus. Aww. Okay, so right away I say aw, because right away the first thing that I'm aware of, so you've heard me talk about the puzzle dump before, right?
Yes.
That's just, and I'm just going to describe this quickly for anybody who's listening, is when we first do that connecting exercise, I become aware of all of this emotion and different signs and symbols flooding at me at the same time, like when you dump out the pieces of a puzzle. The first thing that I was aware of was this overwhelming feeling of like Mother's Day, how much he loves you, etc. That's what I was hearing in my head as I was trying to get this video up going yesterday. I kept hearing this gentleman sitting in my head going, "You're supposed to do it tomorrow. I've been telling you, you're not supposed to do it today. You're supposed to do it tomorrow." Here's the thing, and he's showing me a wedding ring, so this has to be like husband, or like there's so much love. This is inappropriate if it's sibling. Is this a husband?
Yes.
Okay. Because he's all dressed up. He wants you to know, he's like, make sure you tell her that I dressed up for this. I don't dress up for nothing. He's like, this I dressed up for.
Wow, okay.
He's got flowers. He's so excited this year. He said this is the first, so he's been gone for a couple of years.
Oh, a long time.
Okay.
24.
Because he said this is the first Mother's Day in a long time that you really know he's here. He said that you've been talking to him a lot more, and now he's wanting, that's what he wants to thank me for. He's like, she's talking to me all the time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because he doesn't feel dead anymore. Hold on. You have a son?
Yes.
Because he wants to talk about the boy, and then he's showing me the salute, which is my symbol for respect, and also it can be a symbol for a connection to the uniform. In this sense, I feel like it's more respect. Hold on a second. He's showing me big change, drastic change. Has your son really come through, I don't know what this is, like done some big changes over the last couple of years?
No, they're both going forward.
You have two.
These aren't his sons, though.
Doesn't matter. He's watching. When you said that, I gotta tell you the emotion that came when you said that. He's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, they are. They're your boys, they're my boys.
Oh, boy, beautiful.
Because he keeps showing the sign of respect. So here's the thing. It's not my life, so I'm trying to guess why he's wanting you to know that he has a lot of respect for these boys. But it's not my life, so I don't know why that's relevant. But he keeps saying, say that again. You let her know I have so much respect for them. And again, it just feels like they have come so far. So if this isn't just in the last 2 years, then it has to be since he passed or something. Because he's very much, he won't let me move forward until you understand that. So
Okay.
I'm still seeing the salute. Is one of them got a connection?
They treat me so good.
They do?
That's it. Yeah, oh yeah. My boys, yeah.
Lots of respect there. But is one, okay, so here's where it gets interesting. There's somebody else coming through as well. So is your dad on the other side? Both your parents maybe actually, because I hear daddy's hands, and then as I start to focus on that energy, I see two people together. Is both of your parents on the other side?
Yes, and happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
That's why they're coming forward. Hold on.
But I know where the salute is.
What is this?
That's my mother's father, who passed away when I was 12, and he was in the war.
Ah.
So he always comes through in full uniform.
There we go. And I'm trying to push it all into one. That happens sometimes. This is what happens in the puzzle dump sometimes, right? Because Spirit kind of throws out all these signs and symbols at me, and I try to make one message out of them, but sometimes there's like 3 or 4. This is why I tell people all the time that it's the signs and symbols don't change. What may change is my interpretation of them, depending on how you validate them, and it's so important that if I get up here and I'm going, well, they're showing me this, and I think it means this, and you go, no, they're showing you that because it means this, then you're right, not me. Because they're talking to you. Okay, so as I'm saying...
More than one there, yeah.
So as I'm saying this, I feel like I'm going to your mom's energy. First thing she does is she's showing me the body scan, which is my symbol for more than one issue in the body. And she's getting really excited about the health breakthroughs that are coming forward. So she's saying, so she's been on the other side for a long time, hey?
Yes.
Because she's showing, okay, so again, the body scan is my symbol for either pain throughout the body or more than one issue throughout the body. And she takes me to like the end of her life. It's interesting because it's almost like if we didn't find out about all these things till the last like 3 or 4 months, and then there was like 6 things all at the same time. Do you know what she's talking about?
I think she's talking about me, to tell you the truth.
That would make sense because she's getting very excited about, hold on, so I'm glad you said that because that helps me understand. What she said was she was getting very excited about these new technologies that come through. She's showing me all of the issues, the body scan going on. This is problems you're having right now?
Yes.
So
Recently, yes.
So here's the thing, you just need to hold on. She's telling you to keep focusing on what's coming up and to understand that there is cures, there is medical therapies and treatments that are going to be coming out. I'm not sure how long this is going to take before all of that starts getting released. I know that these massive changes, like when NESARA and GESARA law gets announced and all of this really starts coming crashing down, that the world as we know it is going to be completely different. And I've done a lot of research into these advanced medical therapies and whatnot, because I don't want to be up here saying things like this if I'm giving people false hope, right? And all I can tell you is that the more research that I do, the more and more real that I'm convinced this is. And so your mom, and every reading that I do, I get little messages like this from her right now where she's saying she's getting very excited about these therapies that are coming out because you're never going to have to go through that again. I think she's saying that just keep making it through. Keep focusing on where you want to go. Don't let yourself get taken down by this. You got to understand as well that if you're afraid, if you focus on like the coronavirus and the restrictions that are going on now, and now they're releasing murder hornets and all the stress and negativity that they're trying to push down our throats, that's what's going to happen. If you are walking around with a mask on all day, terrified of getting sick, you're going to make yourself sick, because that's the way the brain works. You get what you focus on, right? So yes. Your mom is saying, come on, just keep focusing. Try your best to keep focusing on where you're going. And these technologies are going to come out. Just take some time. She's very excited about it. That's all I can say. She's extremely excited about it.
I think she's excited because I actually just found out what was wrong with me, and it's okay.
Is it more than one thing, though? Because she keeps compounding things. She's like, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, my goodness. Over the last 2 years, it was about 6 to 8.
There we go. That's why. Because remember, the signs and symbols don't change, and that's what she showed me. She showed me that it went, like, really fast. Actually, that's what she said. She said the last 6 months or so. Remember, I thought it was her, so I said the last part of before she died, it went boom, 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 boom. But that's what she's showing me, this short compounded amount of time where everything just keeps coming down. It's like the more that you get stressed about the one thing, then you feel stressed, so it pulls in another thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Try to remind yourself you're not going to have to live like this. Try to see a world in which you are healthy and good, and baby steps, baby steps. Just know that they're listening, and that if you ask the question, if you close your eyes and you say, Mom, Dad, husband, whatever his name is, if you say, you know what, I need answers about this. Bring me, this is my question of the day. I give the dead a question of the day all the time. And I wait for the answer. And you never know how it's going to come, but it will always come. They're very much working with you on this. And again, I'm going back to the sons. Hold on a second. Because it's your husband. He keeps coming in and wanting you to know that he's watching over them. He won't let this back up until... I say that again. He's like, I'm very much watching over them. And then I see the house sign. Did one of them just move, or is he renovating, or what is this?
No.
What's going on with the house? I'm seeing thank you in the house. Is this your house? Did they come in and help you with stuff at your house?
No.
What's he talking about? Thank you in the house. How long ago did he pass?
24 years ago.
Oh, wow. That's a long time. Hold on. I don't think he wanted me to go back that far. He said, back. And I'm like, what do you mean go back? So.
Now, I sold our house 6 years ago.
And did they help you with that?
My kids, well, they were young. No, it was through a ugly time.
Then that's not what this is. He keeps saying
No.
thank you and the house, thank you and the house, and I don't know what that is. Hold on. I'm going to ask him to validate this. Give me the next piece of this. All I can tell you is when I ask him to explain this to me, he breaks it down. I see you where you are. I feel his gratitude, and I feel him saying thank you to these boys. So, do they still live with you?
No.
I didn't think so. I don't know what this is. Maybe they.
Can I explain something real quick?
Yeah.
In one of the readings, I lost twins before I had the twins I have now, with my late husband. You told me that one of my twins was over there and my grandfather in uniform is taking care of him. You also told me that the other twin never went over and he is embedded with one of my children. So
Goosebumps. Holy. Okay. Yeah.
So if my husband Doug is talking about the boys in a lot of ways that almost dittos that, he's watching over them because one of my twins that I lost is actually, and my boys know this.
One is one that was here before. Is what you're saying. I can feel as you're saying this, I'm getting goosebumps up and down my whole body. And he just keeps saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. But he keeps showing me the house too. You know, as you're
something in the future, can you ask him?
You know what? It's funny because as you're saying all of that, he's like, yep, and I get goosebumps. But it's almost like I'm hearing it for the first time. As you're saying it, I can feel the truth in it. But that's not what he's talking about. Because, see, Spirit will always do this to me. And you've probably heard me get up here and do this before, which is where I'm like, I don't know what this means. They won't stop showing me this. And then an hour later, somebody will message me and be like, oh, well, what about this? All I know is he keeps saying thank you, the boys, and the house. And I don't know if they're coming to visit. I keep forgetting today's Mother's Day. So I don't know if maybe that means they're coming to visit you today or they're doing something special for you today. All I know is he's going, house, mom, thank you.
His daughter and her fiance just bought a house.
Where's your boys? Stay with me. Where are they right now?
They're ways away from me. They live with their father.
Interesting. Now we're getting more close. Ding, 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 ding. This is where he's talking about. They're still young, right? In their 20s?
They are exactly 20.
Okay. Wow. Okay, this is what I love about Spirit because he's bang on. We just didn't understand. I wasn't understanding what he meant by that until you said that. They're living at their father's house.
This is very interesting. I need to hear this, yes.
Because he's saying, hold on a second, I want to make sure that we have the right words on this. He's saying thank you to the boys because where they're living, and then I feel all the gratitude, right? So he goes, thank you. He shows me the boys and the house and the gratitude around him, right? So where they're living with their dad, as I move my awareness to that home, I feel the heart go around that home. The heart is my symbol for healing and forgiveness. And I feel like he's thanking them. There's this huge gratitude around these boys for, I'm not exactly sure how to explain that because it's not my story, but it's something around the way that they have found peace living in their dad's home and in your home. There's something about making that easier on you or for the way that this came about because your husband that's on the other side is extremely grateful. Do you understand? So,
yeah.
Okay, so what is he talking about?
I don't really know. No.
When your boys, they didn't always live at their dad's house, did they?
No, they moved out from me and into their dad's.
And when they did that, they released a huge amount of stress on your shoulders.
Oh, big time, yeah.
They didn't move out saying, I hate you, Mom, and I never want to see you again. They didn't move out in that way. No. They moved out saying, Mom, we love you. You're going to be okay. We're going to be okay. We're going to go over here. We're going to, live with Dad and whatnot. And we're going to give you your freedom. And we love you. And they're still young. So what your husband is trying to say, I think, is to thank them for that transition, because see, it's not my story, it's not my life. I don't know exactly how hard that was for you. I can only guess as a mother that was extraordinarily hard. And I think from your husband's perspective on the other side, see, he watched you lose twin boys once here in the physical world. He didn't want to watch you lose those boys again in a negative way. So I think that's why he keeps saying thank you to the boys for the house. Thank you for how they handled that, because you didn't lose anything from that. He didn't watch you suffer. He didn't watch you lose boys again. He just watched them transition. No. Do you see what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
I think sometimes the dead, and I just asked him, why did you make such a point? Like, he's been working really overtime to make sure that we get this point. And he said that he's done this a few times with you, shown you more complicated philosophies around things that happen in your life. But I think that's because you really look for meaning on things, hey? He keeps showing me your brain, and I feel like my symbol for thoughts, and I feel like you go over and over and over certain things in your head a lot. To the point that it can make you sick. Whether you know it or not, then you're now getting these health issues, right? So this is one of those things that he wants to thank those boys for not causing more stress, because that could have been a hugely more stress for you than it was.
Yeah.
Was that 2-3 years ago?
2016. And even though I had twin boys, I also had 10 boy friends that hung out in the house. So I usually had about 10 boys in the house at one time.
You don't mean, you should have seen my eyes when you did that. It's like the way you worded that. I had 10 boyfriends, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then your husband in my ear, he goes, no, the boys is friends, Tracy. The boys is friends.
Yeah.
He was so teasing you about that. And see, there again, he's like, exactly, thank you. He feels so much gratitude to those kids and to that life that you have lived with those kids, because losing him was hard. He's saying that he knows that you've been just trying to exist since that happened. Like, I know that you must have gotten married or moved on with the twins' father and stuff, and maybe another relationship after that, but he's showing me that none of them were the same. None of them. So he feels a huge amount of gratitude to all of these children in your life that have helped you be able to deal with these transitions as great as you have dealt with them so far.
How sweet. His daughter and my boys and I are so close.
Now there's grandbabies there too. When you say his daughter, she's got a grandbaby?
2 daughters. And yes, I have 2 grandsons.
Because as soon as you said her name, I felt the grandchildren.
Yeah.
And then he goes, thank you, because you keep them a part of your life.
Oh, yes. The oldest one is named after him.
Aww.
Has both names, actually.
He goes, you tell my daughter that she's grown up beautifully.
Okay.
Even though she looks like her mom. Does she look a lot like her mom?
Oh, she's a spitting image of me.
This is your stepdaughter, you said.
No, it's my oldest daughter.
Okay, so he's teasing you. I'm like, what is that? Because he's like, tell her she's grown up beautifully. She looks just like her mom, and he's winking, and I'm thinking that this is your stepdaughter. So I'm like, oh boy. Slow that down.
No.
So he's giving you a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
Why is it important?
Can you ask him really quick before we go? if he feels I'm moving in the right road.
Your mom pushes them out of the way. She said, that's what I was here to tell you. Just as long as you keep yourself focused on the thoughts, on good thoughts, not negative thoughts. When you asked that, I felt that sometimes you get caught up in the confusion of everything. That's what your husband was saying. You kind of overthink things sometimes.
Yes.
And you're making good choices when you make them from your heart and you don't get overthinking them. See, what your mom, when you asked that question, it was your mom that jumped forward to answer it because she said she knows you better.
Okay, yeah.
And she said that you just have a tendency, you make good choices when you make the choice. You know what I mean? When you make the choice based on what your heart knows to make and you make it quick, you make good choices. When you sit there and you ponder it and you think it over and over and over and you sweat about it and you torture yourself with it, then you end up usually making a choice out of fear instead of love.
Okay.
So what she keeps showing me as I'm saying this is you're learning to retrain your thought, and it's baby steps, right? I think the way she's showing it to me is that you're used to thinking about the negative stuff, and it takes practice to think about positive. So this is why, oh no, not why. Hold on a second. There is good things coming up. See, it's hard for me, especially now as a medium. It's getting harder and harder and harder to see past that precipice of like a year because the world looks so different on the other side of this big change that's coming, right? But all I know is that I'm seeing the clear health, a possible move for you. I don't know if you're thinking about that, but she's showing me that the move will be... Well, what she says is the reason why you can't do it now, she shows me the confusion, the move, the confusion, the move, and I feel like it's been stalled, and that's because you're too confused about it. But when this big change happens, that's going to become very clear in the future.
Excellent.
Are you moving provinces?
Yes. Well, no, still in Ontario, but it's a long distance move, yes.
Yeah, Ontario's big.
It's back to where I was born, yes.
Aww. Please know your mom is with you, especially when you're doing that. She's like very excited. I felt how much she loves that place there. There's water there too, hey?
Not compared to Ottawa where I live now.
That's where the water is?
Yeah, there's a lot of dirty water where I'm going.
Swamp water almost. But it feels hot. It almost feels like... When I say swamp water, it feels hot, like I don't know, I'm not much of a traveler, but it feels, see, I was born in southern Ontario, so it feels like southern Ontario weather to me.
It's Hamilton, the other side of Toronto.
Yes, that's what, no wonder it feels like where I was born. I was born in St. Catharines.
Okay, so there you go.
And that's why I'm smelling and feeling the water. It's not just swamp water around there. There's all the canals and all of that kind of stuff around there. There's a lot of water around there. See, that's why I think water in that area, because that's what I go back every summer for.
Excellent.
Aw. So she's going with you, and she's getting very excited. And no wonder, that's why I can feel that so easily, how much she loves it there, because I love it there. It's my hometown, too.
I've been gone for 35 years.
Aww. Well, enjoy. Enjoy, and I just might see you up there this summer, because if I have my way, I'm driving up there.
Yeah. Wow.
All right, Laura, have a great rest of your weekend. Happy Mother's Day. Thanks for your patience and waiting for this.
Not a problem, Tracy. Have a wonderful day.
You too. Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The interesting thing is, Spirit is so complicated. Sometimes they come through with an easy message, and other times it's extremely complicated like that. But the one thing that I've noticed is that there's always a reason why Spirit brings through the things that they bring through. I don't know why she needed to hear those things, but I'm sure within a matter of hours or days she will find out. My favorite is when, like, I've literally argued with people. I remember once somebody called in for the live readings, and it was when I was doing free readings for anybody, so I had no clue who this person was. But I think it was their fiance who was on the other side, the father of her children, and he kept showing me petting zoos. And I'm like, he's talking about being with you and your kids at a petting zoo, or he's like petting animals. And she's like, no. And I'm like, yes, when was the last time you were at a zoo or petting little goats or something? And she's like, no, 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 no. And I kept arguing with her. And I'm like, I don't know why he won't quit showing me this then. And then literally within 5 minutes of getting off the air, of hanging up, she sent me a message and she said, well, my son just went to a birthday party where they had a petting zoo come into the birthday party. Could that be it? That was last weekend. I'm like, yes! Okay, anyway, let's just get to the next person. This person, Fran, you can't hear me, but I'm coming to you, and I'm so excited because I think Fran is a new member, and I have not read for her yet. I like new readings because you never know who this is. There's a lady here already. Interesting. Hello, is this Fran? Whoa, hello.
Hello.
Hi, is this Fran?
Yes, it is.
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Real good.
Good. I'm so glad to be able to finally talk to you. I'm sorry about yesterday. This is a new way we have to do this.
That's okay. That's okay. I know computers frustrate me too.
Well, since I started talking about the Great Awakening and what's really going on out there, Facebook keeps trying to shut me down, I guess. First they cut out my sound, they've cut out my video. Now they just made it so I can't go live at all. So that's okay.
Okay. Now I can put you on speaker or?
Well, you're on speaker here right now. So if both of us go on speaker, it might get pretty echoey.
Okay.
But
I'll take you off.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it is being recorded, so I want you to know this is being recorded. If that's why you're wanting to put it on speakers, to make sure it's being recorded.
No, I just didn't know if I should be, hands-free or whatever.
Oh, you just get comfortable. I'm hands-free so that I can focus on what I'm doing here, and so that everybody can hear you, right?
Oh,
so
goody.
What I'm doing is I'm just recording it on my computer, and then after the readings are over, I will upload it to Facebook so everybody can watch. And then you can share it with family or friends or whoever, or watch it yourself if you wanted to.
Okay.
Fair
All
enough?
right. Sounds good.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm getting there. This lady is like, let's go, let's go, let's go. Can we just go? Like, all right. Okay, so I like to start with what I call a connecting exercise. It just helps me get connected to your energy. So if I could get you to sit with both feet flat on the floor for a minute.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes, and then when I'm done talking, I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay, so right away, are you familiar with my term, the puzzle dump?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. There's a lot of information coming through. Right away, there's a very excited lady here. She's going above you. I'm getting a mother figure feel to her, so it could be mom, grandma, etc. All I know is she's not really validating it. She's just so excited to be here. She's like grabbing you and like, oh my God, I love you, I love you, I love you, tell her I'm here, tell her I'm here. And she's like taking deep breaths. She's showing me that she's not in any pain. She's doing the wiggle. She's like, look at, tell her how awesome I am over here. I need to slow down. Is this mom or grandma?
Both of them are gone.
Okay, so who, hold on a second. I got to get them to slow down. Spirit will bring forward the details that will help you identify who they are. So just for that exact reason, it's not enough for me to say a mother figure because it could be either one, right? So they will show you the details that will help you understand who they are. So right away I'm seeing two. One is showing me the head. I think this is grandma. That shows me the mind or the confusion. which is my symbol for either dementia, Alzheimer's, stroke, aneurysm, or some type of communication issue before we passed away. But I think she's been gone some time because she shows me distance or space. But it's the mother figure. You were very close with Mom here in the physical world.
Really.
So is it?
Not really.
So one of them is showing me this symbol. So this is what I'm trying to do. They're both talking at the same time and talking so fast that I can't figure out who's who. So the one is showing me the fingers together, which is my symbol of very close, loving you so much. Distance or space. Who is the mother figure or the older lady that you were very close to? Takes me to the mind. So, who either wasn't able to communicate before she passed away, or
the communication that may have been my mom, because we lived far apart and we didn't really communicate as much.
There we go. So stay with me here. Hold on a second. And as soon as you say that, she's getting extremely excited. She's like, I love you, 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 I love you. And she's overemphasizing that over and over and over and over and talking about how free she is. So maybe this is starting to make sense.
Yeah, she was always in a lot of pain.
That's why.
Pain.
And that's why she's showing me the fingers that are so close. She needs you to know that she's right beside you. And I'm getting goosebumps now because she said she's going to make me cry. Just a second, I got to take a breath. Because the reason why she was showing me and it was coming at me so fast is because she's making me feel like she was in so much pain for so long and not just physical pain, but I feel like emotional pain, mental pain, that she put the tape over her mouth, which is my symbol for when we say things we shouldn't have said or we didn't say things we should have said. And she's showing me the rose-colored glasses, which is my symbol for seeing things differently on that side than we did when we were here in the physical world. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
She said, and again, she's like kissing you and hugging you, and oh my gosh, so much. And I wish you could just feel this. I wish I could take it out of my chest and give it to you, because she said, please tell my daughter that I love her so much. And she's emphasizing the communication that I don't think she was able to properly communicate that before she died, but I feel so much gratitude. She showed me above and beyond. Did you help after she passed? Did you do some of the arrangements there?
A few with my sisters, yeah.
We
were a big family.
She said you just let everybody know they went above and beyond what I would have even hoped for. She's talking about how beautiful her funeral was. I don't always hear that. But she's just going, it was so beautiful, it was so beautiful, it was so beautiful.
Well, she had all the kids there, so I'm sure she really liked to have seen that.
Who's the smoker? Is your dad on the other side as well?
No.
Who's the smoker? She pulled the smoker forward. This person passed suddenly or unexpectedly or before we would think of as their time.
My brother?
There we go. So right away I can feel, whew.
And he was a smoker, yeah.
Because that's how they come through, is with the details that will help you recognize who they are, right? And so right away she needs you to know that they have reunited on that side, and that... Interesting. Hold on a second. Your brother has white lighters all around him, hun. White lighters are beings on the other side that are pure white light, and their job is to help souls heal. So typically I will see them surround somebody who either takes responsibility for their passing, committed suicide, or whose passing was sudden, unexpected, or traumatic in such a way that there's a lot of healing needed for the soul that passed or the people that are left behind. Do you understand that?
Yeah, he didn't, he had cancer, so he didn't die like really fast, but within a few years.
It was traumatic, is what I feel. When you said cancer, I taste blood, which is my symbol for trauma. Just trauma. Traumatic.
Yeah, it was a stomach cancer, if that can be it.
That's why he needs you to know that he's okay on that side. And when you said that it went on for a couple of years, he showed me the thoughts. People still remember him in a lot of pain. And he said, please let them know I'm not in any pain anymore on this side. He's like driving dirt bikes or something over there. I'm hearing engines. Did he like dirt bikes or motorcycles or what is this?
He liked to travel. I don't know about dirt bikes.
He's just, all I can hear is the engines. I'm seeing like jumps and dirt bikes, I'm seeing cars, I'm seeing dirt bikes, I'm seeing all of it.
That may have been a passion of his. I'm not sure. Again, we lived far away from each other too, so.
I hear dad, 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 and as he say this, that's why I think I felt like, but your dad's still here, correct? Because then he just put the white blanket around his shoulders, and I'm feeling thank you. So, but is dad a distance away from you as well?
Yes.
Because he put him over here, and he's saying he's watching over him, but he's also thanking you for being vigilant. So even though you're not close, do you constantly check in on him, or what is this?
No, unfortunately, we weren't close, actually, no.
So what is he talking about? Because he said that this is important for you to understand, which is that he's very thankful for whatever that is that you did with dad. Maybe let me rephrase that term, vigilant. Just let me get this, change this emotion around. Sometimes that's the hardest part for me, is to describe the emotion. So give me a second. Precise, diligent, maybe. So the energy is kind of like, thank you for the way that you've taken care of this, because that was exactly the way that it needed to be done. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it makes sense now. Mm-hmm.
So if that was stress-wise, here's the thing. That's exactly. So I see my symbol for secrecy, which is when they're not going to get up here and spew all the details because it's going to be recorded and other people are going to see it. But what he's showing me, so there's a familiar thread here. So I don't know how much you know about my background, but I had parents and step-parents and a lot of trauma in my background, and sometimes a lot of dysfunction. And there's a similar thread there. I'm not going to say abuse, but maybe dysfunction around your dad.
Dysfunction.
And your brother is like saying thank you for the way that you dealt with that, because when you stood up for yourself, it kind of, I feel like he's making me feel like you stood up for him too. Does that make sense? Even staying away is standing up for yourself, because it's saying you don't get to treat me like this.
Yeah, I left early. I left young.
Slow this down. Has your brother not been gone that long? Okay, no, wait. That feels like both. Feels like he hasn't been gone very long, but at the same time, it feels like he's been gone forever.
About 4 years, I think it's been now.
Feels longer. Then he showed me the white feather, which is usually my symbol for a connection to the native culture or with complete peace. Interesting. Do you have native culture in you at all?
No.
She laughs at me.
Not that I know of.
She's like, no. But see, that's why I said or complete peace. So I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. See, if you've listened to me before, normally when they show me the white feather, I just automatically go to it has a connection to the native culture. But sometimes there's dual symbols with some of my, with some of the messages that come up. And the first thing he showed was the white feather. And in my head, I went to the native culture. And when I said that, I felt the peace come over me. And that's interesting. This is the second time he's talking about you having this peace in your life and thanking you for this peace in your life. So I think what people don't understand sometimes is that when we heal ourselves here in the physical world, we help our loved ones on the other side heal if they had similar issues. And your brother keeps thanking you for the peace and thanking you for the healing and thanking you for doing all of that kind of stuff in your life.
I have done a lot. Yeah, I've done a lot in the last few years.
He's so appreciative of that, because were you guys very close, you and your brother?
Would like to have been closer, but I think the distance made it a little harder.
It's interesting because I feel like you guys are very similar souls.
I think we were very similar, but like I left early and he went to a different city, and yeah, so it's been missed. I miss him.
Well, that's why he's saying as you're growing, as you're healing, as you're making these changes, he's right there with you in spirit, making these changes and growing along with you. So as you find the courage to claim the peace in your life, and I say that, claim the peace, because when we have grown up in dysfunction is usually normal, and we have to reteach ourselves peace, right? And so by you learning to do that, you've given him peace on that side as well. And you're affecting the other people in your family around you. Just like your dad. When you find peace in yourself and you say, I'm not going to take this dysfunction anymore, then they get to see that that dysfunction is not healthy, and they have a chance to like change that before they actually pass away and have to live with that forever. Do you know what I mean? When you stop allowing people into your life that cause chaos, then they get to see you living in peace, and it shows them that it's possible. Do you see?
Yeah.
Set this down. I want to go back to your mom. She's like, okay, that's nice. Your brother's here. I love him. Now get out of the way. It's Mother's Day. She's going for a walk. Are you guys going for a walk after this? I don't know what she's doing. She's like, tell her, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk.
I was going to the grocery store.
Are you walking there?
No.
You should. She's like, let's walk. Did your mom like to walk? What is this?
My mom did like to walk, but she's probably actually just telling me to walk because I do like to walk and I haven't done it for a while.
She wants you to know that when you do, she's with you. The biggest thing that the dead want me to tell you is that they're not dead, they're just invisible. So she said the next time you go on that walk, make sure you invite her, and she will have a butterfly dance in front of you, or she will have that ladybug land on your arm. That's her. When those things happen, that's her. Very much wanting you to know that she knows that she wasn't the perfect mom, or she wasn't the mom that you deserved. And I don't feel like that's from a lack of trying. I can feel how much she loved you. But she's emphasizing again, she was in pain in many different ways. That peace that she didn't really have in her heart, plus as well as physically. And so as you heal yourself, you are healing members of your family on that side and this side. So just know how proud they are of you for that. And just keep practicing that connection with them. Because when you ask them a question, and just give them one question at a time, because if you ask them 10 questions, you're not going to know what question they're answering when they send you an answer, right? But make sure you keep talking to her and opening that door, because she will show up and she will respond. She said she's never going to let you down again. And you must have already started talking to her, because she's saying thank you for that. It's already started, she said.
Yeah, she's right. Yeah, I have started talking to her.
Sure.
In little ways.
Yeah. So please know that she hears you, and she knows that she wasn't the perfect mom, but she's doing everything she can on that side to make up for it. She's putting on the cheerleader costume. I love when they do that. You see these little people in these cheerleader costumes. Although when I said that, she goes, I'm not that old. You look at my hair. It's perfect.
Yeah, she did die young too, so a little younger anyways.
She likes that. She's like that because she didn't get to be old, so she's good with that. Just know she's with you, and she wishes you a very happy Mother's Day. She loves you so much. Aww.
That's so good to hear.
Is there any other questions before we let her go?
Well, I don't know how far she can go, but, I'm thinking about changing houses, moving just because of stairs and stuff like that, and just kind of want to know if that's the right move. I feel like it is, but...
Oh, you've heard a little bit about Nasara Jasara that's coming up? Have you heard me talking about this a little bit?
I've done so much research after hearing you talk and stuff like that.
It's exciting, right? So when you
It's
say
exciting.
about moving, I absolutely see you moving. I see a lot of us moving into houses that we actually want, not just the ones that we think that we have to have, but the houses that we actually want. So she said, oh yeah, like when you said that, she showed me 2 thumbs up and she pointed to after the big change. So it feels like
Right.
if this has been procrastinated for a little while, that's why. Because she wanted you to wait until after this great awakening, because now you'll be in a better position to know what you want instead of what you can afford. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, and it is planned for about a year and a half, so
Might be a little sooner than that. I feel like it might be a little
Oh.
sooner than that. If
Yeah.
you had all the money that you needed for this and you had the perfect house already picked out, you wouldn't wait a year and a half, would you? You'd just do it.
no.
And she's showing me that all the ducks, when you asked that question, I saw all the ducks lined up in a row. It might happen a little sooner than that. As she's pulling her energy back too, she goes, she kisses your cheek and she says, by the way, I love this hair.
Oh. Yeah, it's really short now.
Is it a little curly too?
It is because, nobody can get a haircut at the moment. So, yes, it is.
That's why she's showing me the curls. She says it's just, she loves it.
Yeah.
The way I feel it is kind of like, when you see your newborn for the first time and they got those cute little curls on the back of their head and you go, oh, that's the emotion I feel from her as she looks at you. Oh, look at those cute little curls.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Aw. Well, she's pulling her energy back, and don't worry, you'll be able to phone in again in another month, and this is just the beginning. I can't wait to see. She said that somebody else is coming through next time. That's interesting.
Oh, I know a few people. I never thought, but I actually know a few people on the other side, so I was interested to see who was going to come forward today.
That's probably why she said it that way. She's like, you tell her next
Yeah.
time it'll be them that come forward, but I was getting in here first because it's Mother's Day, she said.
I really wanted to hear from her. Thank you so much, Tracy.
You're very welcome. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
Thank you, you too, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. You too. Okay, bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Oh, Spirit's so awesome. Okay, one more person to call. Mandy, I'm coming to you. And this is probably going to be over an hour because I can't stop talking today. That's okay. Here we go. Oh, Mandy, you have good energy. Whoo, do you have good energy, girl?
Hello.
Hi, is this Mandy?
Yes.
Hi, Mandy. It's Tracy. I can't say you're live, but it's being recorded, so you're kind of live.
I know. I'm excited to see how that works out.
Me too. It's funny because Spirit's been telling me to do this for a while. I was saying this at the beginning of my recording here, is that they've been telling me months ago. If you've been watching me for months, you probably saw me trying to go live on YouTube and being all confused because I didn't know what the heck God was talking about. And then it hit me yesterday after all this happened. It's like God's been telling me that this was going to happen and that I was going to have to upload them to YouTube from now on, but I didn't know what he meant. Isn't that funny?
And, you've had technical problems a few times, in the last month.
Yep, and it's a perfect example of how sometimes things that we can perceive as frustrating challenges or negative, they can kind of push us in the direction that we're needing to go.
Yeah,
Right?
that's exactly what I was thinking yesterday when I saw it. I'm like, okay, she's going to have enough of this. She's going to get the point.
Yep.
She's gonna be like,
She'll
"Oh,
figure it out."
the voice."
Yeah, because see, the biggest thing for me is you don't shut me up. I got a mouth, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Who's on the receiving end?
Right. Okay, so let's get to this, because your energy, as soon as I started dialing your number, I gotta say, your energy is really good. That's what I was saying. I was like, wow, this is really good energy today. So, are you ready to do this?
Yeah.
All right, close both your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blowing it straight through the phone at me, and give me 1 minute to focus.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. This is relationship love. That's the giddy feeling I'm feeling. That's why my stomach feels all squishy, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm feeling that. Okay, hold on a second. It feels different this time. So I know this is an ex-boyfriend or a comeback boyfriend because this is what I don't even know who's showing me this yet. It's just in the puzzle dump. The first thing I felt was that how do I put this? Give me a second to find the right phrase here. You are starting off from a different starting point into this with the same person, but from a different starting point. Does that make sense?
Could be.
So you've been here with this person before?
He and I were dating before, yes.
Okay, so that's what they mean. This time you're starting from a different base than you were at before. Because I feel like the last time you and him were together, you were fear-based. This time, you're love-based. Do you know what I mean by that? You're making choices and decisions in your life that are based on being good for yourself, that are based on how you feel in the moment, that are based on your happiness now. And that's why he's coming back into your world, because he fits into the happiness part of it. Whereas in the past, I feel like, who's the gentleman that's around you? Hold on a second. There's a father figure. But, that's right. The father figure gets pushed out and the angel comes in. And the angel tells me that you want him to talk to you, not your loved one. Sorry.
Yes.
I'm laughing because I think you're the second person that's ever said that to me. I don't want to talk to no dead people. I want my angels. And that's exactly how I seen it. There's a father figure that started to come in, and the angel pushed him out of the way and said, "Get out of the way. This is my territory."
Thank you, Angel.
So funny. Okay, so the reason why... Okay, so slow down. Let me go back to what he was saying here. Yes, when you and him were in this relationship before, you were making your choices and decisions based on being afraid what would happen if he did this or if he did that, or if you didn't do this or if you didn't do that, then that would happen. Do you see what I mean? Where your basic mentality was more fear-based, and now you've made some big changes in your life, especially the last month or so, as far as spirit goes, as far as emotion goes. And the second that you started focusing on positive, then positive things come into your world. And he is a positive thing if you can keep your mind focused on love, not fear. If you start making fear-based decisions again, that man will no longer fit in your world again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean by that? Because it's kind of like if our bodies are the tuners that tune into the channel that we want to receive, right? If you have a remote control, you can tune into whatever channel on your TV you want to watch. Well, our emotions are the tuner to get whatever it is that we want in our life. And because you've been tuning into the emotion of respect for yourself and love for yourself and happiness is important for yourself, not just everyone else, now those things are coming into your life in leaps and bounds. That's why he was attracted back to you again. That's why it's like pulling magnets that are bound to be drawn together as long as there's no negative force pushing him away. Your angel list keeps showing night and day between negativity and positivity. The last month, I gotta tell you, the first time that I read your energy, I felt almost choked because there was so much uncertainty and fear. And now it feels like I've been working with you for a year. I gotta tell you, the change that you've done in your energy is incredible. Hold on a second.
A lot of credit goes to you. You pushed me in the right direction with Joe Dispenza and Abraham Hicks, and I followed your guidance.
Are you feeling happier? Because, man, the emotion around you is like relief. It's as if you were walking around with a giant toothache for like 5 years or something, and you've started to be able, that pain has started to go away. And the more it starts to go away, the more you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and the more you focus on that light, the bigger the light gets and the closer it gets. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like, that's why I was so excited to talk to you, because I felt so much progress from within. I mean, maybe from someone outside looking in wouldn't see, but I felt this great shift, and I was like, I want to.
Well, it's so evident that it's the first thing that I can pick up. It's the first thing that I can pick up around you.
Yeah, I've been really trying. Like, I've been every morning as soon as I wake up, I do the meditations, and in the middle of the day or before I go to bed, I'm just working at it and trying to really understand and feel the concepts and understanding the emotion side and the future and, how I feel about the future. And that's all, from the Joe Dispenza work. And
then, bam, out of nowhere, this guy contacts you again, correct? Because you didn't go looking for him, did you?
Oh, I never stopped emailing him. So
Okay, so out of the blue, because as you're talking, I feel, bam, out of the blue, that energy changes. It was in your energy, when your energy changed, all of a sudden, now he wants to get back together, right?
Well, we still haven't seen each other gotten back together. We're just texting for the past 2 weeks or so.
What is that bam change in energy? Because it's drastic.
I moved. So that was a big shift because I was in an apartment that I wasn't able to even get out of bed. So I was, trapped in like a very small single bed hospital bed for, 2 months. And so that's obviously really hard. And then I moved and, I have light. I can see outside. I'm able to get into the kitchen, get into the shower.
That's where it's a huge, that's where you decided to make your choice based on love, not fear. Because before, when you were making your choices based on fear, moving wasn't an option. As soon as you realized that you had to move in order for you to have access to all the things that you loved again, and you did, now all of a sudden one good thing after another is starting to pour in, right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we mean when we say making your choices based on love, not fear.
Yeah, so I moved here August 1st, May 1st, and it's only a 6-month lease. The owner's going to come back. They've just left to BC for 6 months. So I feel excited and happy and grateful to be here and have, accessibility and be able to get out and go into my kitchen even.
I can't wait to see what's coming up for you. I'm hearing wedding bells, just so you know. So I know that this means that the direction that you're moving yourself in is leading, whether it's with this guy or a different guy, you keeping yourself happy and putting your happiness first and making decisions that even might seem tough or challenging, like deciding to move. That probably wasn't an easy option to come to or a decision to make, but you make that decision based on love for yourself moving forward. And what that does is it puts you on the road to where you want to go. So if where you wanted to go was to be in love and married with somebody who loves and respects you more than anything in this world, you're on that road now.
Okay, amazing.
And then, by the way, I have to say, they keep saying something about nurse, that your angel just said, can you let her know that what she asked for about the nurse, done.
Okay. I want, stable caregivers, stable nurse.
So you don't have one particular nurse that helps? In case anybody's listening, I'm just going to let them know that you had an accident and you can't walk, so that they're wondering, why does she need a hospital bed and a nurse, right? Because you can't.
Oh, right. I forgot it's on Facebook. Yeah, I have 2 stable nurses right now, so that's also changed since the last month that I spoke to you last.
That was your angel as well. But so were you going through unstable nurses for a while?
Yeah.
And a second that you changed your energy, that changed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad that you're a part of the THM Club now, because I love when people like you sign up, and not that I'm loving that you had all those challenges in the beginning, but I love watching people move forward into a life that is so full of wonder and love and fun and happiness, and leave behind all that stress. This is what I live for. So thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Yeah, so I'm just, everything seems to have changed. So but there's still so many uncertainties, because now I'm like, okay, I can do anything.
I know, right?
I'm like, okay, maybe I should try walking. Like, how do I get standing? Like, I feel strong enough where I feel like I can stand again.
I told you, sweetheart, the therapies and the medical breakthroughs that are coming out, I see you walking. I see you walking down the aisle when you get married. I don't see you being in a wheelchair, because these therapies that are coming out, I don't know, do some more search on the med beds and the UV light and all of that kind of stuff. I don't know. I just know that the medical problems that we live with today are so drastically different than what they're going to be even 5 years from now. And so yeah, just keep getting focused on that, and life's just gonna keep getting better and better and better and better. And even if I'm wrong and you never walk again, you are going to be the happiest person sitting down that you've ever met.
Thank you. Okay, well, I don't want to keep you. I know you have lots of people to get back to, and I just wanted that connection with you and confirmation and let you know the thank you and that you got me on the right path, and I hope that I can continue to grow.
That's okay. One more thing before you pull your energy back. Your angel just wants you to know he's working on the next part with you. I feel like it's just been an idea so far, but he wants you to know that's not just an idea. It's him letting you know what's possible. Have you been thinking of driving?
I wanted to buy like a minivan and we'll convert it with a bed, and then Brennan and I, the guy that I like, go and like tour around and travel and
Yep.
like that.
That's what your angel's working on right now. He said you gave him the list to make it happen, and now he's working on that. So you just keep focusing on that. Keep seeing it in your mind. Keep playing it out, and you're pulling that into your reality. I can see it, so you.
Oh, wonderful.
It's close.
Okay, wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that I have them 6 months because this house is finished in November 1st, so I'd like to, if that's going to be something that I do, I hope that I can have it for November so that, I can, not be stuck in a spot or an apartment that doesn't suit me and when this house is no longer available.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I will hope to speak with you again, maybe a couple of weeks or a month and just check in, okay?
Sounds great. Have a great rest of your day, okay?
God bless you. Thank
You too. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
All right, you guys, I'm going to let it go there. It's been an interesting live readings today, or members readings, I guess. I will be back Tuesday, but what I'm going to do is I will put a new post up on Tuesday. I'm going to have to redo my meme and everything. Put a new post up on Tuesday, and I will just have to get your names and numbers, and we'll have to start calling people like we usually do anyway. We've been doing that lately, but now it's going to be a roll. So hopefully I will be able to upload this all to Facebook and YouTube, and I will see you guys all on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Bye.